All right, friends, with all the chaos of this weekend, let's jump back into our updates. We have a report from a grocery store employee who spills the beans on what is happening to grocery store employees. We have massive AT&T hack that has been swept under the rug, in which 90 million people, their locations, their phone numbers, and all the people they've called in an 8-month window have been leaked. Also, we see that the UK prisons are running out of space, and the mainstream media has decided that they are the true victims in the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. And a whole bunch more updates coming from you guys. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates that you guys are sending in from all over about what is going on out there, what you're seeing, what you're hearing. If you have something to share with us, please do make sure you put a comment on this video or on any video on this channel. Make sure you use the word update somewhere in there. That gets it to the right place. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. I was just talking with Jonathan this Saturday, but the coupon code for the prepper bars didn't work. So I got with him and he has fixed it. So if you are looking to go ahead and get some prepper bars, the silver bars and the gold bars will be out soon. They're not yet available in Australia. I think they're about to be available in Europe. Check to see if you're in Europe, if they are available. But these are a lot cheaper than the Valcambri bars. So if you want fractional silver that you can break up and trade, that's a great way forward with that. Make sure you use the code POPLAR. I'll put it in the pinned comment down below, but use the word Poplar in there. It takes 10% off your purchase price, which is a great deal. It was already a good deal. Anyway, all right, so the last 2 days have been dominated by the assassination attempt on President Donald Trump. Lots of stuff coming out. We put out updates and kept you informed on what was going on out there. Of course, the left is acting like they are the victims again, because that's just funny how it works. Even when they're the ones doing the violence, they're still the victims somehow, and we're supposed to feel sorry for them. So the Biden campaign has suspended all of its Trump is Hitler ads, and we're supposed to be grateful for that or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's all happening in the background. Massive AT&T hack. Nearly all customers affected. Now, the phone calls that were released and all location data. So location data was revealed as well. Phone numbers, all that kind of stuff. Between May 2022 and January 2023. So things that happened in there were exposed in the data breach. Social Security numbers were not shared. Names were not attached to them, but with phone numbers, it's not really that hard to figure out. So if you're affected by this, just be aware of that information being out there now. TX says UK prisons are almost full. Only 700 spaces left in all prison capacity across the UK, which that's pretty low for the whole country. Well, multiple countries, right? The kingdom, the whole kingdom, as they would say. Interesting. Do you know that the British accent, they added that? Like, the British used to talk like Americans. We didn't change. They did. They came up with this Victorian mumbo jumbo, and that's where their accent came from, which is funny. Anyway, fun fact. Brandon says, no, not that Brandon, another Brandon. Indonesia just started a trade war with China. 200% import tariffs applied to certain products. Indonesia is not happy with how China is playing hardball all across the Asia-Pacific region. Thomas says, Augustin cheese blend, which I purchased in January to February of this year at $16 a can, is now $30 a can. Yep, prices are going up, friends. Prices are going up. That's why we keep saying, stock up now. I remember buying cans of Keystone beef for like, what was it, like $6? Now they're like $9. So That was a really good investment, actually. And so every time I crack open a can of Keystone meat, I'm going, yep. Not to mention, we're getting a lot of reports that Keystone beef now has a lot less beef in it and more water. Hearing it even from them. Susan says, Springfield, Missouri, Sam's and Costco have no frozen potatoes except fries. Went to get hash browns for our volunteer fire department fundraiser breakfast, but they had none. Costco. Why would they have something like French fries? And why would they have something like hash browns or other home fries or anything like that? Sweetness says, Steve, I live in a small town in eastern Oregon. I work at the local Albertsons, which is like a Kroger, right? In just 1 month, the store has lost 18 people as of yesterday to low wages. 18 people have moved on to work for the new Love's gas station and the new Maverick gas station that just went up along our I-84 freeway. Our deli has had to tell people that they cannot make their sandwiches Chinese takeout or special order deli tray due to lack of workers. Our produce department can't get anyone to do the cutting of the fresh fruit that is in place, the containers for the customers. Our checkers are very few. It's a mess. Then the big boss came in and management is in trouble because the store has empty spots. It's not that people don't want to work, but this company won't even pay higher than the gas station wages. Now we are in Oregon, so those gas station people have been offered $16 an hour to start, a raise of about 30 days after 30 days, and another raise after 90 days. I can confirm, but I'm told that they are making $18 an hour after those raises. Man, I remember the day, not too long ago in my recollection, when I got a job for $15 an hour, and I remember going, I'd do practically anything for $15 an hour, and so I worked in a steel mill, putting lubricant on steel plates so that they could be ultrasound tested for cracks and stuff like that for Navy ships and stuff. That didn't go very well. I almost died in that factory, so I didn't last very long, and luckily I survived. So that's kind of happening here. Now they're making $18 an hour. That's how much things have changed. Albertsons is starting people at minimum wage at a little over $13 an hour on our side of the state. People, please be kind to the employees that are trying to get the product on the shelves. We are being yelled at by customers and managers and wanting us to work harder and faster. Thanks for the insight on that. Darlene says 3 of our grocery stores in surrounding towns here in southeast Oklahoma have no beef bone broth at all. Only regular beef broth, which is not the same thing. We've been seeing a lot of issues with beef broth, period, out there across states and across the country. Mal says, I'm in Leeds, UK, and my growing garden has been exactly the same as the other commenter. Most years I am giving away courgettes or zucchinis to the neighbors. This year I have had not one. Also, the local farm that does pumpkin picking said that they would not be holding the event this year due to lack of pumpkins. When the farms don't have pumpkins, when the pumpkin farms don't have pumpkins, that's when you know there's a problem, right? Henk says, here in the Netherlands, it is mandatory to list all ingredients on the packaging. In our supermarket, you now have 2 types of minced beef. One is 100% beef, and the other is the better for CO2 footprint. It is 90% beef and 10% beef blood plasma. Yum, yum, yum. Doesn't that sound good? The price is the same, and assume that everyone, like me, will go for the first variant at the same price, right? Like, why would you? Not, personally, I don't take the species with the bovine blood plasma, which is offal. But I can imagine that this will become slimy after a while. Of course, I don't know if this is the case with you, but it could be as well. Honestly, in the United States, the way we have our packaging, we are like the worst run country. I was just seeing some of the stats on how much the average American spends on health care per year versus the life expectancy of people in the United States. And it's just, compared to other countries, it's tragic. We're spending more than anyone else on healthcare, and then we're also having a lower life expectancy than a lot of European countries. And I'm not for socialized medicine, but what we got going on with the insurance company, it seems an awful lot like socialism to me. I mean, the paperwork and all of the just insanity. You can never get a straight answer on how much is this procedure going to cost. I had a hernia a year and a half ago or whatever, and I was with my Christian health sharing ministry, which is like an insurance, but it's not, and definitely not an insurance company. You basically pay cash and then they reimburse you for that. I couldn't get a straight answer on how much this is going to cost. I'm like, how much is the procedure going to cost? And they're like, well, what do we do? He's asking us what the price is. It's like, am I the first person who's ever asked that question? Like, your office specializes in hernia repair, and like, your job is to sit here and interact with customers, clients, patients, and you don't even know what these things cost. Like, you can't even look it up. It wasn't like they didn't have it memorized. It's like they didn't know where to look. Absolutely insane. Eyes Wide says, Eyes Wide has this report, and I was not able to verify this anywhere. If anyone has any information on where this came from or if this has any validity whatsoever, please take this with a big grain of salt. I'm throwing this out there because I don't know if it's true, and I suspect it might not be. So, have you heard that farmers have been finding multiple magnifying glasses placed on stakes posted in their fields to cause fires destroying crops? I could not find any verification of that out there. So if you guys know anything about that and you can point me in the right direction, please do. Make sure you use the word update in your comment. If you don't know anything about that, probably just ignore that one. Eric says, was shopping at a club store in northern Indiana, saw 2 pallets of bagged rice. I saw long grain and jasmine, 25-pound bags, if I remember, no 50-pound bags. In the past, they've had 5 or 6 rice varieties and 1 to 2 pallets each. Other items mostly in stock, so they're down to 2. They used to have 5 or 6 different varieties, right? Other items mostly in stock. Prepared meals are now in the former meat refrigerated areas. Lots of water and juice, aisles of it. I think they are filling space with the beverages. It's nice, though, because the selection was great. Thomas says Clorox has reduced the active ingredient from 7.5% to 4.5%. So if you're, as they say, if it's even on the label at all. So check store brands, labels, make sure that you're still getting the 7.5% that you think you are, because they are playing games with the strength of Clorox bleach and probably the generic bleaches as well. All right, friends, thanks so much for watching. If we get some more information from Genesis Gold about what you can do with your IRA, there's a link right there if you want to check out the prepper bars and use the coupon code for the 10% off. That's down in the pinned comment down below. If you want to check out another video, there's another one right up there. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of The Poplar Report, out.